Good morning, quick live. Sorry everybody. Yesterday my oldest daughter, had her college interview, went to that, see what it's all about. Pretty exciting stuff, getting her set up for that. So transition in life, sometimes we have to do the things that are important for us and our families and our future. Of course, her future is my future too. So it's great. That's done. I'm going to be doing and finishing off my lives. But I want to hit some core things here that many Canadians are in a deluded state of believing, of understanding, and it terrifies me. It's always terrified me. Our budget in Canada, well over $500 billion a year, almost $600 billion in fact. That's what the federal government spends. We don't see it in the federal government obligations, what the federal government's lanes are. USA sees it too. They look at your budget, they look at theirs, they say, how is it that we're 10 times your population with so much less per person, so much less revenue we take in, yet we honor our obligations to all 50 states like nothing seen in Canada, meaning Canada is taking in a whopping amount of money from you, from me, from many taxpayer sources, but it's largely the working Canadians paying the lion's share. Yet the federal government obligations are not met. None of our treaties, zero in fact. This is for First Peoples. This is absolutely for Americans. Now you can look at your trade system. You can look at how dysfunctional it is, how dysfunctional your federal government is, and all 10 provinces, the 3 territories, completely dysfunctional. Meaning your money is going in, the results aren't coming out. This is what Donald J. Trump highlights. That's what he says, look, your country isn't producing with what it takes in, an exorbitant amount from the people. If you were Canada, the 51st state, we would save half the amount of taxpayers' money that you pay today. And that is true on the federal level. Absolutely. Reducing trade barriers would generate so much for all the provinces. Taking in taxation laws of the United States would change everything. People think that restricting trade is somehow their right. A pile of Canadians still think in their deluded institutionalized state that resources belong to you. They do not. America, they do. You buy property, you can get those resources, you can generate, but you don't get to run away with your resources like in Canada. These crown corporations and those who suck hole to them run away off in international land, never to be seen again. This is a banking system that we're going to go through yet. We're going to do that video. This is your politicians in those seemingly uncodified, at least not presented in written format to any of you, not easily found. Doesn't mean they're not there. I've chased all that down for all of you, so you know. But they take from you. They fill their pockets. They run off with your money in foreign lands. Yes, through the Commonwealth and the 9 kingdoms. The lion's share. Your slaves who work for the benefit of not your country or your families or yourselves. Largely. Again, federal source is largest lion's share, and you don't see the results. This is also especially true for the provinces who have insane budgets that don't materialize real results for you, the Canadian people. How would you know if you don't compare yourselves to other countries? And all we have to do is compare the 50 states to ourselves, the federal government of the United States to our federal government here in Canada, and you know that a whopping amount of the monies you turn over are bye-bye, long gone, not yours. Just like the resources aren't yours. Canadians still don't want to see it as it is. I know this, especially in the West, they still think, oh, we're going to separate or we're going to be our own state and it's all going to be ours. It's not how it works in the United States, not in the taxation system. And even if you separate it under Crown, it will be the Crown's 90 percentile. Canadians still refuse to see it. You've been bamboozled. You've been, by the Crown, they fooled you for a very, very long time. Lots of First Nations should absolutely know this. So many Canadians in poverty should know this. So many supposedly middle class, undefined. Canada doesn't define middle class. Not for the individual, not for the family. You will find that nowhere. But it certainly is and has been for a very, very long time, multi-generational in the United States of America. What does that tell you? That means an equality of the person, a genuine care constituted in the United States for the American citizen, for the American Indian citizen, but not you, the Canadian subject, or you, the defined Canadian savage. Again, these aren't my words. These are your government's codified words. These are your government's instituted words. If you ever want to know about it, read your Executive Powers Act of your provinces. There's where you find where premiers and lieutenant governors fall, who rule over you. And if you still haven't watched any of your premiers' many oaths of allegiance in Ascension, you should. They're ruled by the federal government. That's my video. Get it out there. We're going to get more. I still have one more video to do. Very paramount. That one's big. Banking's big. It's going to take time. It's going to be a long rollout. But that's my video. You've got to see it. You've got to learn what Prime Minister and Premiers are as they've been codified in Canada. An experiment that's run rampant in this world. Canada won. First one of its kind. An evil, a scourge unto this world. Others have been dismembered who came after you, but not your slinky, dirty government. Corrupt, socialist, and fascist system that reigns supreme still to this day. Donald J. Trump and GOP are calling it out. They're saying, listen, this can't operate anymore, and we're not going to subsidize it. We won't be ruled by Charles or any of your prime ministers. Game over. And they've changed massive, massive laws. Laws in the world that you're still operating on, old world order stuff. And Canadians still deny it. Many are trying to blame Trump and GOP. It's just not right. That's my video. Share, share, share. Get it out there. We'll see you soon. Bye now.